Punch-ups, overdoses, and Riverdance. Why Hollywood can't resist an evil rock mogul. Since both Bohemian Rhapsody and Rocketman have cashed in at the box office in the past 12 months, audiences are about to find out just how many heritage acts have a narrative arc with humble enough childhoods and sufficiently deep rock bottoms. Michael Bay is and why not? The music biz man. The latter archetype doesn't make for a great film plot, however. Instead, the one thing is for sure, they're going to need more actors who can do a good John Reed. He turns up in Did he get a Hollywood makeover? If anything, he has been underplayed. Reed allegedly got biopic about another client yet to be made. Riverdance. Reed managed Mike. Netflix scored an easy win this year with The Dirt, a film about walking telenovela divided by Tlacre. They're hale and hearty. Did he get a Hollywood makeover? What's the opposite of that? McGee is introduced. Biopic about another client yet to be made. Let her cry. The Hootie and the Blowfish story. Rock and roll Citizen Kane was a man who blazed bright, then guttered just as quickly. Manager to artist. Did they get a Hollywood makeover? Not really. Grossman turns up. Biopic about another client yet to be made. Gospel according to Peter, Paul and Mary. MSN are empowering women in sport this summer. Find out more about Gallery. Can you guess the movie from its poster? Photos.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.